Hi, this is Katie Bunschoten, the president and founder of Certum Solutions, and we are here today with the wonderfully talented and extremely smart Mike Reddington, the author of the Disciplined Learning Method or Listening Method. Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Katie. It's great to be here with you.
So, you know why we're here. We have partnered together to help you in your business for some time now. What originally brought you to Certum Solutions?
Well, I followed some advice, which I don't do often enough, to be honest, but I followed advice that I got long ago is when you're running a business, you should really focus on what you're passionate about, what you're good at. Our resources are all limited, especially time. So focus the time and energy I have on the things that have the biggest impact for me, and find very capable, very trustworthy and talented people that can do the things that you don't have the time, the passion, or the expertise for. So the bookkeeping and the financial end was something that I personally didn't have the passion for, but recognized the importance of, and my research led me to you. And we had, I think, 2 meetings before we actually started doing business together. And through that time, I was able to get to know you. I was able to get to know your team, really able to work through how we were going to work together, what the relationship would look like, what I could contribute to the process, because if I just ghost, I can't not be responsible for what's happening within my business, but really understand how we could work together well in order to make this successful. And I have to say that so far, everything has met or exceeded the expectations set in those first conversations.
That is so fantastic to hear. And that actually leads into my next question, which was what kind of services we're doing for you. The bookkeeping, I know we're working together on. What about training?
Yes, and the training is important for me. I certainly understand the importance of understanding where you're at financially with your business and budgets and forecasting and receivables and all of these things. But for somebody who is consistently on airplanes and in front of groups and in meetings and doing different things, I don't always have the time to make sure that my brain is wrapped around it. So not only to trust your team to be doing the work accurately for me behind the scenes, but also to be consistently training me up on how can I use the tools, what should I be looking for, how to efficiently get the information I need, what it means for my business. It's all a critical component.
Well, and I can say that on behalf of Certum Solutions, it's a complete honor to be able to support you and your efforts because, I mean, just talking to you, we always learn something from you. And we've had numerous classes together where you've taught our team a whole lot about how to operate in business as well. The disciplined learning method or listening method, I can speak, I promise. Tell me a little bit about your background, Mike, and what brought you to write this book. And is there anything in our team that you feel like we represent that may be in line with what you teach?
Yeah, and I appreciate you giving me space to talk about my book. I thought I was coming here to brag about you today.
No.
So very long story short, I was a school teacher turned certified forensic interviewer turned executive resource. So really the common thread through all of that is teaching. And with the disciplined listening method, what we wanted to do was integrate the non-confrontational interview and interrogation best practices with the business communication research and best practices, really to teach people the skills, perspectives, and techniques they need to apply in order to improve their strategic observation skills, really capture all of the intelligence we're being presented with in the context of any conversation, but then also apply the ethical persuasive communication skills to encourage people to share sensitive information under vulnerable circumstances in the face of consequences, which is what we all do in our family and businesses all day long. And I feel like in my work with you and your team, you really do that well, because one of the things that any of us can run into is when we do something all the time and we are technical experts, and to us, well, to you and to your team, whether it's bookkeeping or financial accountability or accounting or whatever it is, pardon me if I'm not using all the right terms, but that's like tying your shoes. You do it all the time. That's what your expertise is. But for me, it's not. So when somebody is a technical expert and they're trying to listen to somebody else, it can be very easy for them to zone out, tune out, think about something else that's going on, or to inadvertently almost show judgment or bore or discontent with the conversation, because how can another human being not understand what I understand so well? And then on the flip side, it's very easy when you're having those conversations to talk over somebody's head, or to talk too fast, or to not take the time to answer questions, or to leave out information that really might be relevant to somebody who doesn't have the same understanding you do. And in all of my conversations with your team, I have never run into that issue one time. Everybody's made me feel comfortable. They've never embarrassed me, judged me, made me feel stupid for any of the things I haven't done in my career, and have done a great job educating me and leveling me up along the way.
You're so eloquent. I really appreciate it. And I love the way that style has come through with us too. And it makes me really happy to know that our team, personifies some of the things that you teach, because I can tell you that I've really enjoyed working with you. I'm looking forward to a really long partnership in the future. What would you tell someone else who may be on the fence about choosing us as an accountant or bookkeeper or a software trainer?
Besides just choose you.
That's the goal.
No, in all seriousness, anytime we're looking to choose a partnership for ourselves or our business, that's a layered decision. And there's the budgetary concerns, and there's the time concerns, and there's the relationship concerns, and there's all of those things that need to be considered. So I would ask people to look at it strategically. So whether it is how many hours a day, a week, a month do we have to do all the things that are involved in our business? How much energy do I have in a day or week or month, and where is it best spent? How much do I maybe trust myself or the people that I started my business with, because we had a shared passion to keep the financial end of our business straight at all times, and not just on a spreadsheet that we understand, but that in books that the IRS will understand or the state accounting will understand, like all of those things as well. So looking at it strategically, understanding not just, well, this is how much it's going to cost me and this is how much time it might save me, but really getting beyond that to say, okay, where's the real benefit? Where does it free me up? How does it help me achieve more of the goals of my business? And then really sit down as the business owner and say, what type of partner am I looking for? Like, besides the technical expertise, what am I looking for them to bring to the table? Is it I don't want to say on call, because I'm not trying to keep you up all night with new customers, but is it the availability to reach out at any time with questions? Are they going to not just treat me with respect, but are they going to follow up and answer the question I wasn't smart enough to ask based on the question I did ask? Are there layers of products and services that they can offer me that maybe I don't need right now, but as my business grows and develops, because we have the relationship in place, we can grow into it together? Are they somebody who works with a wide variety of businesses and might have the opportunity to introduce me to somebody else who can help me along the way? And these are all things that they should be asking themselves. And really, I have a confession to make, then take those initial meetings as interviews. So come in and interview you and your team, because you are going to be so upfront and honest and interactive as part of that process, and then make the decision if they're right for you or not. And my expectation is they will come to the decision that it is the right fit. But taking that strategic approach and understanding those goals prior coming into the conversation is what will create the clear picture that it's the right fit after, and not just have people going on the gut feeling. Because even if they do choose to go with you based on only a gut feeling, that might be good up front, but is it really good long term? And having worked with you and your team, I know that's what you're really looking for.
Thank you so much for your time today, and just for being who you are and for supporting our team, letting us help support you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you involving me in the process and giving me a greater window into your business and what you do. And I truly appreciate all that you and your team have brought to my business. Thank you.
That's fantastic. And before we stop, The Disciplined Listening Method by Mike Reddington, CFI. If you are around and you can pick a copy up, we have them here at the Certum Solutions office. Otherwise, they are available on Amazon, and we cannot recommend them higher. And is it too much to say you're also available for speaking engagements?
No, it's not too much at all. Again, it's supposed to be about you. I truly appreciate that. Thank you. And yes, if anybody watching is involved with an organization that might be looking for somebody to facilitate an educational experience that revolves around how do we create better relationships and achieve better outcomes by evolving how we communicate and really understand the context that we're communicating in. I'd love to have the conversation to see if there's the opportunity to customize an event together. If they're looking to learn more about the programs that our clients ask us to customize for their leadership teams, their sales teams, their HR teams, that's at InQuasive.com, InQuasive.com. If they're looking for some reason for more about me, listen to other interviews or read articles or watch videos, those kinds of things, that's all at michaelreddington.com. And if they're looking to learn more about the book or listen to the podcast, that's at disciplinelistening.com. As your team has discovered, I'm not the biggest social media guy, but if anybody wants to connect with me on LinkedIn at Michael Reddington CFI, I'd be very happy to do so.
That's fantastic. Thank you again for your time today.
Thank you so much.